Hello, sports movie fans, and welcome to Locker Room Flicks podcast. I'm your host, Frank Sullivan. With me is my co-host, Frank Garland. Frank, how are you this morning?
Cold.
Cold? I don't want to hear cold, man. It's like 12 degrees outside.
Is it really?
I don't know. I may be exaggerating, but it's probably not far. I'm probably not far off.
It's right now it's a little warmer, but it was 38.
That is
That's
cold.
cold from Florida.
Yeah.
I think this is it, though. I think this is it of that freeze thing.
Gotcha. The
whole
cold front
country,
is going. Yeah.
Oh, the whole country was. I checked from L.A. to Maine. Vegas the other day was 36 degrees.
You see you watch the Bills. The Bills fans, the line to shovel the stands is like around
crazy?
the corner.
That's crazy.
You would be surprised they wouldn't have a dome.
I know. I don't, and that's a new stadium.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a new stadium. They renamed the stadium. I don't know if it's a new stadium.
Because I mean, as cold as Green Bay gets, they don't get a lot of like crazy. I mean, I'm sure they do, but you don't hear them getting like feet of snow.
No, you don't. You don't. That's a good point. You're right about that. That's a good point. Buffalo always does. They get 10. They get 3
Yeah,
feet.
it seems like every year around the playoffs they get, because like even your wife, the Bears, they don't get a lot. You hear cold weather.
No, you don't.
But you don't hear like feet of snow.
No, I think because maybe they're near the lake there, so probably it does something. It warms it a little bit. I don't know. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
But I know that's weird, isn't it? It's crazy. They paid people to shovel.
I know. Oh, I know. Yeah, that'd be fun, huh? Just get into the stands and just shovel. You ever see how they do it? They have they put a little it's like a plastic luge that goes down the stands.
Oh,
and
really?
They throw it. They throw the snow onto like the thing, and it slides down, and then it goes onto the field, and that's how they kind of like plow it out like that.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that. Yeah, I was wondering how they do it. I mean, where are you going to shovel it to the other guy next to you?
They got a system.
Wow, that's awesome.
But so who you got for the games, real quick? I know we won't go too far on.
I would have took Buffalo today.
Yep.
Getting outright. I just think they're going to win outright.
Yep, Buffalo.
I like the Detroit. I like to see Detroit win it. I really do.
Buck's got a good offense too. They got good. They got a good throwing. They got good receivers.
Yeah.
And
yeah, I know it's going to be an interesting game. So it'll be an interesting game. But I want Detroit because they've never won anything. So hopefully they can.
Yeah, it's good to like I said, it would have been nice if the 49ers.
I know.
But
it was looking like it.
We were in it, and
I know
that's what a lot of these high-powered offenses. You gotta kill the clock. You can't give that offense the ball because they score so fast. That's with Mahomes. The 7 seed Packers beat the 5.
Like it, yeah. Very good.
Even Brady.
Yeah.
When Rodgers was on our team, you can't give these guys the ball back.
Yeah.
They'll just.
No.
I knew right away. I was like,
when
Love got the ball in a minute, I was like, he's not gonna. He's not that. He's not there yet. He's not that guy that's gonna win the game. That's
a tough. Plus, the weather was horrible in the end there. I mean, it
was. A lot of the Niner players were slipping. Yeah.
Yeah. I heard they were exhausted, the Niner players. They were talking about that today. They were totally exhausted. Playing in all that rain, the wind. You don't realize all that beats on you. I mean, you're out there for what, 3-4 hours? Yeah, it's brutal. It's brutal. But you're right, though. It's a good point. You got to run the ball. You got to have a running game. I don't care what anybody says. Got to have some kind of a running game, even if it's a screen game.
Yeah.
Let's face it. If you don't have Aaron Jones, I mean, that's a whole different game. They don't have McCaffrey. It's a whole different game. It's a whole different game.
Yeah.
But you're right, though. That's right. I told Linda that. It's funny you say that. You've been watching football a long time. You gotta bring that clock down. You can't try to outscore.
Because you've seen, especially if you only need a field goal. Get it. You only need 3 plays.
Yep.
You can get down the field.
Oh yeah. I know. Yep.
You're
right.
What was on tap for the weekend? I know you just kind of hang it in this weekend.
Yeah, that's all. We'll go out a little later. The sun's coming out. It's gonna be nice this week, though. It's like I said, it's gonna warm back up again, so it'll be nice. But yeah, it was cold
I know
today.
it was cold.
It really
last night I went to the casino, and I don't want to carry a jacket. So you park in a
right.
yeah,
Like
you park
me,
in the
yeah.
garage, and I kind of like ran to the door because like it's once you're in the casino, you're in there, you're fine. But
Yep.
so we went to dinner.
You went.
This is like a friend's birthday.
Right.
So we went
Nice.
to Tao. I don't know. It's like Asian restaurant. It's very good. It's very
okay.
good. It's a little expensive,
good, huh?
but
Yeah.
that's how
they're good,
it's.
though.
Yeah, you're right. They're very good. And I played roulette. So
Good for you.
I went in. Dude, do you realize the tables were minimum $50?
Come on, 50? You serious?
$50.
Wow, I don't remember that.
Honestly,
I
a
don't
lot
remember that. Usually 25.
Even 25, dude. I don't really see it that much. It's
wow.
And let me tell you, it was loaded. I mean, it was.
Sure it was.
I don't know. It was maybe because of the game that was on. Now they got the new sports betting thing, which I didn't get a chance to see that, but I heard it was bumping with people. And there's always like something. I think there was some concert or something going on last night. Yeah,
Mohegan or Foxwoods?
Yeah, I don't go to Foxwoods. Is a little further away.
No,
but
I like Mohegan's. I like nice.
Mohegan, yeah. Played a little bit. Lost 200. I was like, all right. We went to one of the bars. I had a drink, hung out there a little bit. I got on the Mechanical Bull. I'll send you that video later on. That was a riot. I was
do that.
Not bullied into going on, but peer pressured.
Good for you.
But
Good for you.
Then I went back out and ended up winning a few hands. Got a few numbers and hit. So I ended up coming back even. So hit a few good numbers.
Usually when you go back,
you lose it.
You're having
it was
you go back and lose the rest
all
of it.
black. When the table was on, it was hitting black number after black number after black number. So
wow, that's crazy.
It was nice little things, and again, it's nice. It's nice when you can go. I like when I can go, gamble, enjoy. Even if I come out even, it's fun,
Yeah, it is. It is a lot of fun. That's what it's supposed to be. I mean, you get some time in there. Even if you were on a $10 table and you spent $200, you were there for an hour or so. At least it's something to do. It's fun to do, and if you think you're going to go and win all the time, you might as well not go because it's.
and it's crazy when the guy next to me, hundreds of like.
Oh.
I don't understand even if you and me we do pretty well, but the fact that you can go there with he had maybe $5,000 in chips, it's nothing. It's no big deal. I don't know. And it's.
You know what I said to Linda? I used to tell her about that all the time. We used to see the Chinese people playing, and they'd be playing 10, 25. I'm saying, if I had that much money, I'd be at the casino.
No.
I'd be at the casino at all. I don't need any more. But those people, they like to have more, and that's what they do. So.
Yeah, the biggest thing is you got to know when to walk away.
I know.
You got to know when to walk away. The double zeros came out. I was like, okay, well, that's it for me. Time to go.
Oh my God, that's funny. You're smart though. You did the right thing. You got to do that. I don't care who you are. Yeah, because they'll get you. I don't care how much money you got. They'll get you.
The house always wins, right?
That's right. That's right. My stepfather. We used to go. We went to Caesar's Palace in Atlantic City. It was the only casino in anywhere around. There was no Mohegan, none of that stuff. And Atlantic City had one. That's when you had to dress up. You couldn't go in with you had to wear a skirt, you had to wear a jacket. So to make a long story short, he would show me all the money on the crap table, all the chips, and he's seen the guy bringing more. He says, Frankie, they just keep bringing it. You'll never beat them.
Yeah.
That's all. So I learned a lesson there. So
wow. Yeah, now you can go in a white T-shirt and sweatpants, and they don't care.
Yeah. That's something. Yeah.
And they on the end of the casino movie, he makes a joke like that where they come in and like it's all these like you know what I mean.
He does.
It's a different class.
He does.
But
yeah, Frank, it was so nice though going to the casino back then because of how everybody was dressed so nice, dressed to the T. It was nice that way in that sense, But
times
that's
different.
But it was
right?
cool.
Speaking of gambling, we want to talk about the gambling movie we watched. It's pretty much what it is.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. Yep.
Good.
All right, are you ready? Okay. The movie we podcast was The Color of Money. It was released on October 17th, 1986. The box office info. It had an opening weekend of 6.3 million. Once again, not bad. That's 1986. It grossed 52.2 million worldwide and had a budget of 14.5 million. So not too bad. Directed by Martin Scorsese.
Yeah.
We don't have to say too much about that. Phenomenal. Starring Paul Newman as Fast Eddie Felson in I can't think of the role. He was in The Hustler.
Yeah.
And now he's back for the role 25 years later.
Yeah, I was just going to say.
Tom Cruise as
Good.
Yeah, he comes back. Tom Cruise as Vincent Lauria. Mary Elizabeth Mastrantonio as Carmen. Helen Shaver as Janelle. John Turturro as Julian. Forrest Whitaker as Amos. I'm going to go right through the next two because that's it. Bill Cobbs as Orvis. And Keith McCready as Grady. The simple synopsis: Fast Eddie Felson teaches a cocky but immensely talented protege the ropes of pool hustling, which in turn inspires him to make an unlikely comeback. Gotta wake up here. Okay. The awards, it was nominated for 4 Academy Awards, but the only one that won was Paul Newman. He won for Best Actor in a leading role.
I think that was his only one he won, correct?
Yes, that's the one. That's the only one he's ever won. I think he's been nominated
a bunch of times,
5
right?
times. Yeah. Runtime basically 2 hours. I watched it on Vudu. You watched it on Amazon Prime.
Did you have to pay? You had to pay for that on Vudu, like $3.
Yeah, I paid. Yeah, $3. Yeah, $3.99 or $2.99. I didn't mind it though. It was worth it. It's a really good movie. And now we come to the best part of our podcast, Frank's 5 fun facts.
All right,
take it away, buddy. Let's see what you got.
Fact number 1: Tom Cruise did his own trick shots for the film, except for one in which he had to jump 2 balls to sink another. Martin Scorsese said he would have let Cruise learn the shot, but it would have taken 2 extra days of practice, holding up the production and costing thousands of dollars. The shot was instead performed by professional players Andrew. I butchered his last name. I don't. You know who I'm talking about? Good.
Yeah, I do. I know. It's a tough name.
Very tough name. And Michael Siegel. So.
Yeah, Michael Siegel.
You know how to say that last name?
That's a tough.
That's
a little tricky.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, probably should look it up,
But yeah.
But yeah. So it seems like he did a lot of the shots himself, which is good.
Definitely. Worked really hard at it, I think. I think he took a lot of time to get better at it. So really good practice a lot. That's what it takes.
Let's see here. So fact number 2, when The Hustler in 1961 first came out, there was an increased sales of pool tables around that time because of the film's popularity. When the sequel came out, it basically was the same thing. Similar phenomenon occurred when trade paper Variety reports sales of pool tables of billiard-related supplies had leaped dramatically since the release of the movie. So once again, everyone wants to play pool after a pool movie comes out.
They do.
Yeah,
they do. That's pretty wild when you think about it. Yeah.
Fact number 3: when Paul Newman won Best Actor Oscar for this picture, he and his wife Joanne Woodward became the first married couple to win his and hers awards since Vivian Leigh and Laurence Olivier. Do you know any of those people?
Laurence Olivier.
I'm sorry. Okay.
Yeah. Who was the other person with him?
Vivian Leigh. Have you seen him in anything or yeah?
Yeah. I mean, I don't not off the top of my head, but they're great actress and actresses. Yeah.
Let's see here. So yeah, so that's basically it's what his wife, Paul Newman's wife, Joanne Woodward. Have you seen her in anything? Is she popular or?
Once, yeah, she was a very good. I can't remember.
I guess
movies,
she's a little older.
She's one of those very good
Really?
actresses. Yeah, she's an A actress.
Okay.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Yeah, and the other two, Vivian Leigh and Laurence Olivier, are like they're like icons
really
of this of 50s.
Well, and again, this is not to say this is kind of an older movie.
Yeah.
Because you think about it, this is almost 40 years old. This movie.
Imagine that.
That's
40. You were born in 89.
I know, it's wild. Right? Yeah. I'm not quite 40 yet. Let's get to 35 first.
Yeah, don't rush it, man. Don't rush it. You want to stay
yes.
on as much as you can. Trust me.
I'm gonna tell you, I was driving home last night from the casino. I'm like, I was like, I didn't stay out like too long because I was like, I don't want to have to. You know what I mean?
I understand.
That's the one bad thing about that is it's an hour drive wherever the hell you're coming from.
I know. Doesn't matter where. Same thing for us when we lived in Sonia. Mm-hmm. Same way. Yeah.
But anyways, fact number 4: many top pool players of the '80s were part of this cast and provided assistance, such as Steve the Miz Mizarek. Am I saying that right? Do you know these guys? Mizarek, okay.
Mizarek,
who is a hefty player. Eddie Beats in Atlantic City.
Right.
Jimmy Mattia, is that right?
Yeah, Mattia,
Pretty Boy Floyd, who is accompanying Julian, which is John Turturro's character.
Yeah.
When he sees Eddie in Atlantic City. Keith McCready, who plays Grady Seasons. Others include Michael Siegel, which I think you already kind of talked about that.
Yep.
And Iwa Mattea Lawrence, which is I guess Jimmy Matea's wife at the time.
At the time, yes. Yeah.
Let's see here. Who did pro shots, pro shot makers and advisors who set up the tricky shots. So that's
pretty accurate. Yes. Yeah.
So do you know those people, kind of, or no? Like, would you be able to spot them out?
I know a few of them. I know a few of them. Yeah. I saw when I was watching the movie. I was picked. I knew watching the movie when I was watching it. Like I said, I probably have seen this once in my life. It's a long time ago. It's '86. But when I saw the people playing against them, I said, "Yeah, these aren't actors. These are real people." Just the way they. Yeah, there's art. You can't. You got to make it look very real, and you can't use actors in those movies.
No.
Take too long.
No, because you got to train them all. Yeah.
Too long. Yeah, exactly.
But I mean, the way they make them sound, where they train like Tom Cruise and Paul Newman, they just picked it up pretty quick, right? It seems like it, right?
Yeah, I would say so. Paul Newman might play. He might be playing since he played in '61. You don't know, in his house.
I'm sure.
He might enjoy.
Well, remember he said he ended up. I'm sure he got all the money he got. I'm sure he had a table there.
Yeah.
And my last fact: the Illinois Billiard Club. This is since relocated from Chicago to Willow Springs. Was the original club where most of the pool took place. It still has 2 tables there where that were used in the film. So table number 2,
that's cool.
Located inside the public club where Forrest Whitaker makes his debut. And I guess it says the club has signed photos from the director and cast. So,
wow, that's crazy. Good old Forrest Whitaker pops up again.
Yeah, I think that was his debut, right? It said.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, as Amos. Yeah, he took Paul Newman to the cleaners.
Oh, I know, huh?
You remember what he says to him in the end? He says, "You hustled me." Yeah. He says, "Yeah, guess so."
These are what two Forrest Whitaker movies back to back, huh?
Yeah, that's crazy. He's such a good actor, though. He plays the.
You know what? I actually I know before we actually get into the movie, I just watched the movie Shooter with Mark Wahlberg.
Yes.
Directed by Antoine Fuqua, whatever I say.
I love Shooter. Is that who directed?
Yes, it did.
Oh, I didn't know that. I watched that movie 5 times.
I've seen it. I love the movie too. But it's just a funny thing there.
Wow, that's another good movie.
All right. So, and again, this is my first time watching this movie. So you probably seen it once.
At least once, yeah.
Overall thoughts?
I loved
it.
I thought it was really good. It was good. You know, he had a couple of slow parts, but you gotta give him a little bit of the love part with his girlfriend, and you know, there's always in Tom Cruise and his girlfriend. There's got to be some stuff like that in there. You know, there was a lot of pool playing in this, though. That's what I liked.
There was a lot of pool playing for sure. This movie was okay for me. I ain't gonna lie. It was okay.
Yeah.
And again, I think you're because you know that kind of that pool kind of area and a lot of those players.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think you appreciate it more.
Yeah.
But the movie was okay. We want to talk about the cast. Paul Newman was good in it.
Yes. Yes.
Tom Cruise played the part perfect.
He did. He was 24 in that.
Because this was before, I think it said before Top Gun, or...
That's before Top Gun, yeah, I think so. It's after, I think it's Taps, after Taps, I think.
God,
is it after Taps? It's got to be after Taps. He was really young in Taps. Yeah, see what it is. I think it's after Taps. He was young in Taps. Oh, he was filming Top Gun at the same time. They had a little, did you read that tidbit?
That's what I thought I thought I read, yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta look at it here. I'm trying to see.
I don't know when they released. They released it. Well, they just had the 40th anniversary of that movie. Maybe it was before that.
Yeah. So it came right around the time Top Gun came out.
Okay.
It was after Risky Business.
Yep.
And All the Right Moves.
Is Taps in there?
Taps is before. It was 81.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a kid there. He's a kid. He's only, what, 81, really?
Yeah, I don't even think I've seen that movie. He was
19. Yeah. Oh, you'd love that movie. That's an X. Everybody's in it.
I was looking at it. Sean Penn.
Yep, they're all in it, man. It's an awesome movie. It's awesome. George C. Scott's in it. He's in it for a little bit. He's the general.
Yeah, huh? Wow.
He is. It's a good movie. You'd enjoy it. It's cool. It's the way it's set up.
Yeah.
They're at a military academy. Yeah, you'd like that movie.
Yeah,
it's really good.
It's good.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Yeah, he's great. Yeah.
He was great in that movie. I love Tom Cruise in this. He plays that cocky part.
Yeah.
He's good at that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, really.
How about his girlfriend, huh?
Yeah. Boy, I'll tell you, they showed a lot of stuff back then in those movies.
Yeah, and again, you know, I recognized her right away because I Scarface. That's what I know her from. She's been in other stuff, but that's what I know her from.
Scarface. Yep. Scarface, and she's in another. She's in like a medieval movie, like
Robin Hood.
Robin Hood. Yep. I think she's actually somebody that made Marion, or she's somebody. I forgot who she plays.
She is. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Yep. That's what I remember her for too. Yeah. She did get nominated for this. It's the only.
Did she?
She got nominated.
Yeah.
Yeah. She didn't win. That's the only time she's in, which is sad because she's a pretty good actress.
Yeah.
That's the only time she's ever been nominated. But she was nominated in this movie.
Then
you got
John Turturro.
John Turturro. He's always in. Scorsese loves him.
Yeah.
He's always in his movies for bit parts, and he plays Julian. And then you got Helen Shaver, which I didn't know who she was. That's as Janelle. That's the lady that is his girlfriend in the beginning. And then you got Bill Cobbs as Orvis. I think that's the guy at the pool.
Bill Cobbs is a good guy, good character actor.
Oh yeah, you've seen him in a lot of stuff. And Keith McCready as Grady.
He's still alive, I think.
Bill Cobbs?
I think so.
Is he still alive? He's been in everything. A lot of like I said, character actor.
Yeah. He gotta be. He's pushing 100. He's 89.
89. Wow. We talked about this though. The character actors are so important in these movies.
Yes.
You know they are. You know, you really don't realize it as much unless I've been noticing it more since doing this with you.
Yep.
The character actors make a big difference in the movies.
Because you don't really, again, someone like Bill Cobbs or John Turturro. John Turturro is like a B actor, right?
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
You don't need you don't need an A-list celebrity. You get someone like him to kind of.
You don't.
You know, he almost plays the same character as the guy, some weird kind of guy in when we did the Boland movie. forget.
Oh,
That's just like your opinion, man.
You mean the one we didn't do?
Yeah, we didn't do it.
You and Steve did. Oh, the guy from Pennsylvania. That was the bowler.
Can't think of it. Yeah. Well, no, I'm thinking of it together. Yeah.
Oh, come on. But whatever. I'll get back. I'll figure it out. I seen it. That was the funniest movie. I think Woody Harrelson was in that too. I can't think of it right now, but it's. Oh, you think of another one?
Kingpin
Yeah,
and
Kingpin.
other one.
That's what I was thinking of. Kingpin.
He wasn't in that one. I don't
okay.
think he was in Kingpin.
You did 2 bowling movies?
Well, the other one, I don't know if you want to call it listed as a bowling movie.
Okay, maybe that's the one.
Where the hell? People are yelling at the Big Lebowski.
Oh, the Big Lebowski. Okay. All right.
Yeah. People are yelling at our when they're listening. But
now, you remember early in the show, the old guy that he plays. The old guy says, "Get the money." Remember, he talks like this. I think that was my stepfather's part. That was what he was going to do right there. He would have done that part instead.
That's right. I remember you saying that.
That was really the oldest person in that show. Really. There wasn't a lot of old people in there. And I think that was the first part he was going to do. And that was it. But he had to shoot pool a little bit. So he didn't want to, like I said, he just didn't want to show that he knew how to play. So he goes back to the pool hall. I mean, who's going to play him? I mean, really. So I think that was the scene he was supposed to do in it. That would have been pretty cool to see him on the screen. But,
oh, I know.
Yeah, so.
I'm trying to think. What else? What else you got up in this?
Well, I guess that was the only collaboration between Scorsese and Paul Newman, which I'm really surprised.
Yeah, that is kind of interesting, huh?
Paul Newman's an excellent actor. And you got, 3 Oscar winners, Newman, Whitaker, and Scorsese. And then you had nominees, Tom Cruise, Richard Price, and Mary Elizabeth Mastrantonio, that have never won an Academy Award. Well, let's see now. I like the scene, like I just said to you. I like the one Forrest Whitaker. He kicks Paul Newman's butt. That's a pretty good scene there.
Yep.
A lot of, like we said before, there's a lot of real pool players in this movie. And I guess Tom Cruise bought a pool table. I was reading about it, and I guess he practiced for hours on end.
I think you have to. Yeah. It seems like
Now that shot they do, the jump shot.
Yeah.
Almost like a Massey shot, really. Yeah, that's a very hard shot to do, and if you don't do it right and you hit the felt, you rip the table. That's why if you ever you ever go to a pool hall, it says it right on the board there. Most of them say no Massey and no what do you call it, shots, no jumping the ball, because if you rip that felt, you have to refelt the whole table.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, so that's why they didn't let him do it. That takes a long time.
He did. There was a lot of cool shots of them when you see him, kind of the close-ups of them shooting.
Yes.
A lot of almost like first-person shots of like the actual balls itself.
I know.
I liked a lot of that. This was a different movie for Martin Scorsese, I feel like, too.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah, it was.
He's used to doing, mob movies and a lot of Italian American movies. This was a different movie for him.
Well, like you said, the filming
for him.
The filming, the way it was done, was excellent. Did you watch when they broke? Did you watch the angle of the stick? How hard they were hitting? It was bending it. I don't know if you noticed that. It's bending like this. That's what it does when you hit. People knows how to break the balls. I don't know how to do that.
Well, that's what when Eddie he can hear him.
Yes.
Vincent, when he's doing the break, he's like, wow, he's got to do like a double take.
Yeah, definitely.
I guess my biggest thing with this movie is I didn't like the turn it makes in this movie. So what I mean is you go from Eddie, right? He's just. It seemed like he was out of the game.
Yeah, he was, but he still wanted to make money.
In the beginning, right?
Yeah, he still wanted to make money.
Still wanted to make money, but it seemed like he wasn't really playing pool anymore. It seemed like he was selling liquor or something.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, yep.
It seemed like he was kind of out of the game, and then, takes Vincent under his wing to kind of show him this is how. Again, he's a hustler.
Yeah.
Still a hustler.
And he's using the kid to hustle.
And then
yeah.
You're right, and I guess I would have liked to see him take that mentorship, if we want to call it, take him under his wing and kind of teach him, because like the second half of the movie, he kind of like he abandons. I guess he kind of like he lost. What was it? He kind of just like, all right, well, you kind of do whatever, you won't listen to me, so you do whatever you want. He kind of gives up on Vincent, right?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, to some extent, I just think he thought he got that to that point where he didn't need him anymore. That's my opinion.
You didn't
of
need
it.
him anymore.
So he went on his own. I know. I agree totally with you. I didn't expect that.
You kind of, for him to kind of like, okay, now he's going to start playing pool. It just took like a weird turn for me. I don't know. From what I thought they were setting it up.
Oh, I agree with you. You never saw it, so I agree with you totally there. Yeah, you're right. I agree. I think he saw him in him. Eddie Felson saw a young Eddie Felson.
Yes.
That's exactly what. Cocky, take on the world.
Arrogant. Yeah. Yep.
But through the whole movie, he's just trying to show him how. Remember, he's going to get beat up by those guys. He's teaching him. That's what he's got to understand. He's teaching him. That's the whole thing. And finally, the kid he goes and plays. Remember, he goes back in and plays the cowboy guy and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And beats him. But he don't play the big guy because the big guy knows he's good. Remember, he says he's the one with the money. He's the one with the money, the older guy. Yeah. So, I mean, he was teaching him lessons. It was a lesson thing the whole time. But then, finally, here's the money. Here's $8,000. He didn't want the money. I think he got to a point where that wasn't important anymore. And like you said, then he went on to go play in Atlantic City, which wasn't Atlantic City, but that's what it was supposed to be, yeah. And then, and I thought the final was going to be those two, didn't you?
Yeah, well, and I think that's kind of when he forfeits, because I think because once he finds out that Tom Cruise took the he lost it on purpose, right?
Supposedly,
he lets him win. Supposedly, I think it was an ego thing for Eddie. Is like he's like, well, I'm not gonna let him win.
I agree.
And he's like, I want to duke it out with him.
Yeah.
For real, and I think that's ultimately why he just kind of gave up. Which that was actually cool. I love that whole scene where you see all the pool tables.
Is that cool or what?
That was cool. It didn't seem like there was enough room for all those pool tables.
I know, me too. I didn't
like around,
and they all break at the same time. Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Now wait, let's get into that.
We didn't
talk about the game itself, the 9-ball game. Number one, I learned something about 9-ball. I used to play all the time with I have it written down here. But I used to play 9-ball all the time with my brother-in-law in Derby Billiards down in Derby, Connecticut.
Yep.
And he was really good. And I used to probably beat him once in a blue moon. I never remember, probably could, I never remembered if the next ball in line, if you combo that with the 9 and get the 9 in, you win. Because they did it.
Gotcha.
They did it in that when they were first playing guys in the places. And I'm saying, how does that work? I didn't understand that. But the ball, say the 7 balls the next ball you got to get in, okay? You got to do them in, I don't know if you know it. Do you know, have you played 9-ball? You got to get them in sequence, right? So say the 9-ball is sitting on the edge where the corner is, and you got the 7 ball. You can hit the 7 and knock it in. I'm sorry, not the 7. I'm sorry. Hit the cue ball, hit the 7 and hit the 9. It goes in, and you win. You can combo the next one, the next ball. So in other words, if your next ball is a 6, it'd have to be a cue ball, 6 and 9. Or you can just run the table and get the 9 in. But I learned something watching that. I forgot about the combo to win the game. That's a fun game to play, though. And if you get the 9 ball in on the break, they did that a few times, you win automatically. So, pretty cool. Yeah.
That's
9-ball is a fun game to play. It really is.
Mm-hmm. I was trying to think. I did kind of like. It was a little weird, but it was kind of cool. The between the two of them, between Fastsetti and the girl.
Yeah.
Because it was weird how it seemed like she was kind of like coming on to him at like several points.
I don't know, maybe a little.
But at the same time, I think they had that because you remember the story she tells on how they met.
I don't remember some of that stuff. I don't.
Tom Cruise and it was the girl and her ex-boyfriend were robbing his family's house.
I did listen to that then. Yeah,
and they got caught.
Yeah, and she took.
So I think she was like kind of like a hustler.
And she took the necklace.
The necklace. So I think that was the whole bond between Eddie and Carmen.
Yeah, that's true.
They're both kind of two hustlers.
But the one in the pool room.
So I thought that was kind of cool.
In the pool room, all that was for is to mess up the other people playing. That's all that was. That was, remember, you were hugging her and stuff. He says, "Gotta remember what we're doing here. It's a show.
You're acting here. I know.
It's a show.
Yeah.
That's what it is. You gotta understand that. He didn't get that. I think you're right a little bit. Yeah. Because he was right.
Yeah.
She's there naked. She's got her basically, and he, shut the door. That's
Oh, I know. 60% of the winnings seemed a lot. No.
What do you mean? The winnings.
His kind of cut.
That's a lot.
When he was teaching, that's a lot. It seems like
that's a lot of money. Yeah.
I mean, I know he ends up staking him for a lot of the money, and like kind of setting it up a little bit. But I mean, yeah, I know. Yeah, I guess it seems a lot.
You got to remember that whole thing was based on you. It's how you hustle, and you have to lose a little bit. You got to look bad because if you don't, nobody's going to play you. And that's the thing. That's why you see. Did you watch him exchange the money with everybody? Oh, here you go. You won. And then all of a sudden, all the rest of the money that comes. Oh, here you go. Want to play anybody? No, I'm good. And that's why they went from town. This is real though. This is what you do. You go from town to town to town. Well, my stepfather used to play in Milford, and he'd get new people that would come in, hotshot young kids, didn't know John, and then he would hustle. That's how he used to make his money.
Yeah.
So I watched it. I used to watch them play sometimes. So I just sit there. I would just come in. I wouldn't say, I just sit and watch John play, and you can see the people watching, just like in the thing. Yeah.
You think they still do that now? You get people hustle like that? Yeah.
That never ends. Oh yeah, people are stupid. They think they're hot shots, like the kid thought he was, and he was really good.
Yeah,
he was really good, but
yeah,
but yeah. One thing I like about Tom Cruise though, when Tom Cruise plays a part or does anything he does, I got a lot of credit. He puts his whole heart into it. He really does. He really does.
Yeah. No, I agree.
He gives it all. He don't cheat you at all. If he has to lift weights to get, pumped up or whatever he's got to do, he puts 110% in. He just doesn't just go through a movie and say, it's okay.
I don't think he got his recognition for this movie. It seemed like everyone was kind of like more focused on Paul Newman. Because did he get like any nominations for this? I don't know if he got.
No. Well, he was up and coming. He doesn't. They don't. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, well, I mean, he did Risky Business before that, and I think I forget it because what's her face was up for best supporting role. The girl, Mary.
Yeah, she was. Yeah. I don't know. It's hard with Paul Newman in the movie. It's hard. It's hard to go against those people.
Yeah.
That's what I tried to tell you. Well, we talked about today, me and my wife, Tom Hanks. Now, he won 2 Academy Awards, but think about his movies that he's in. Wilson, he was with Castaway. He's by himself. Forrest Gump, he's by himself. He's with all no names in those movies. There's nobody in those movies. And that's why he always does well in his movies. Otto, Man Named Otto, it's a new one he's making. There's all nobodies in it. I don't even know the people that are in it. But that's what he does. He does a lot of those movies. That's how he wins Academy Awards, and because he likes solo. He likes to be by himself. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, when John Wayne, he'd have Kirk Douglas in the movie, all top actors. So it was a lot different. Today, the only ones that do it are Ben Affleck and Damon. They're always in a movie together. Think about it. They're always in a movie together. They don't do it separately. Very rarely.
Yeah.
But Tom Hanks is a solo. Captain Phillips, another solo movie. I mean, but I don't know. Maybe that's the way he likes doing them, I guess. But yeah. But so it's like I said. But I know what you're saying about Tom Cruise, but he's never won an Academy Award, which is pretty sad. But unfortunately, he does science fiction movies and Top Gun, and he does those people.
Yeah.
They don't.
They're popcorn
they
movies.
Are. I love them, but you don't get no what do you call for them? What are you gonna do? That's the way it is. The Academy is tough that way.
I know.
He'll get an award someday, though. He'll get an achievement award.
Well, and they just started bringing in like a lot of the Marvel movies and stuff too, into the award things, and even to a lot of the Netflix movies.
Oh
and
yeah,
stuff,
I know.
Which is great because again, a lot of those movies. I mean, Endgame was a great movie, but it ain't gonna get any awards.
It's not.
It's not.
You're exactly right. It's right. You're right. I agree totally with you. Yep.
But I'm trying to see here. What else you got? Anything else?
Let's see. I said in the thing, I said it starts up slow, but eventually it picks up. It got a little sleepy in the beginning.
It was a few. Well, again, you gotta show the build up of them hustling, and there's like that montage of them kind of going from town to town, and hustling here and there. So I guess you had to show that.
He had a beautiful car.
I actually did write. It was a Cadillac,
gorgeous.
Right?
I think it's a Cadillac Brougham. Yeah. I'm not positive. They were beautiful.
Big boat of a car.
Now, I guess Martin Scorsese had his mother and father in there. Yeah, remember?
Really? You could have fooled me.
Well, yeah. Well, they're just in there just as extras.
No, I know.
But when Newman is leaving the tournament floor after his first victory, I remember this. Some guy shakes his hand. It was his father. It was Scorsese's father that shakes his hand. I said, "Who's this guy shaking?"
Yeah, and again, we've seen him in other movies. We've seen his parents. His parents kind of stick out because they've been in Goodfellas and.
Oh, we didn't talk about the pool stick. Big thing in the pool stick.
Yeah,
Well, nice. it's a Balabushka pool stick, but it really wasn't. It was a Joss, made to look like a Balabushka. A Balabushka pool stick is about anywhere between $1,500 and $3,000 for one pool stick. Yeah.
Wow.
The Joss now is on the top of the lines back then too, and it still is to this day. So you could get a really good stick from anywhere from $500 to. My stepfather had my stick. His stick he gave to me. My father made for him. I gave it to Robert. Robert has it now because Robert likes to play pool. Yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right.
You know, in the box, the whole bit. Yeah.
In the box, you do.
Gorgeous. What a gorgeous stick. But oh yeah, you don't play with the sticks on the walls there.
No,
but
of course not.
That's what I figure I'd tell you. But so the Balabushka was made to look like one, but they used the Joss instead. So, but yeah, they're expensive. They're expensive. Real good pool sticks. Yeah.
There was a few other characters that had small scenes. You had Elizabeth Bracco, which is Lorraine Bracco's sister.
Oh. What is she playing?
She was in The Sopranos,
right?
And a few other stuff. She was just some girl at a bar.
Oh yeah, the girl at the bar.
I recognized her.
Yeah, that was a fun scene too.
So
I like that.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
cool.
he knew that he knew those people. He's like betting. So she was in it, and also Paul Herman, who he was in The Sopranos. Plays Beansy. He was also in American Hustle, The Irishman. He was in a lot of those. He plays like an Italian guy. Goodfellas. He was in. Let's see here. You've seen him. If you recognize.
There's a lot of people. If you look real good in the movie, there's a lot of people that are at the pool hall and stuff. Some of the faces I've seen before, like this character actors. They're just in there just to But I noticed some of the faces here and there in there. As soon as I saw Bill Cobbs and Keith McCready, I knew exactly who they were. I know. Gotcha. I didn't know their perfect names, but I know I've seen them in other movies. Yeah. Remember? And Scorsese, let's just put this down. Everybody knows it. Of course. He did Goodfellas, Casino, Cape Fear, Raging Bull, and The Gangs of New York. Another excellent movie. He's done so many things. Too, yeah. And I still can't believe Paul Newman's only won one Oscar. That's hard to believe. I can't believe it. Butch.
We did Slapshot.
Yeah, that's cool. Movie. That's a good flick. Yeah, I love that movie. It's so good.
I know.
The Indian chief comes out and stuff. The Bash Brothers there, or whatever the color called.
That was one of our first hockey movies. Yeah. I think. But let's see here. Anything else?
Let's see.
I don't really have much more.
No, that's pretty much it. We did all the. We did the big pool tournament. I think you did that. It was done in the big ballroom, I guess, at the Navy Pier. That's what I had read. That's about it. There's not much else in it. I mean, we covered pretty much everything. Oh, the only weird thing that was in it, I read that I didn't know. Let me see if I can find this. Here it is. The first pool hall to which Eddie, Vincent, and Carmen go to is above the Lincoln Tap Room on the north side of Chicago. As of February 2015, the bar is still open and now directly across from the Church of Scientology. They park and walk past where the church is located. It's a strange...
How convenient.
It's a strange coincidence since Tom Cruise is closely associated with Scientology. So that's pretty weird. That was at the time, which I'm sure he didn't know what any of that was. Isn't that?
Oh, I know. Yeah. How convenient for him to go right there.
How about when they go to the pool place, the pool hall, and it's a furniture store?
I was gonna note that that's
kind of sad. Store. That was sad. I felt bad for he figured but now we watch The Price is Right and Let's Make a Deal, all those constantly, all that's on pool tables. Yep.
Yeah.
So
a lot of
it's a big thing again. It came back. That and bowling are back. So,
yeah.
But, all right. You want to get into the?
Yeah, we'll get into the rating. So I mean, it got a 7.
Yes, it got a 7.
7.0. So pretty decent. I wonder. I have to look up. Do you remember what you call it got? Billiards. Let me see here. The first one got an 8.
The Hustler. Okay.
Yes. So I will say I'm glad we watched The Hustler first.
I agree.
Because again, this is definitely a sequel.
Right. Yeah.
I enjoyed it. I thought the pool shots were really cool. All that kind of action. Again, I like the fact that he did a lot of the shots himself.
Yes.
I give credit where credit is due. Again, the story was a little boring for me. It was a little slow. It was almost 2 hours. They could have, I don't know, cut a little bit out. And again, my just opinion, it was weird the way, like I said, it went from. I liked how Tom Cruise was going to be almost the main player.
I agree that way. Yeah.
I'm talking about him he's going blind. We didn't even talk, right? Because he was getting his eyes checked out, right? Mm-hmm. And then it takes like a 180, and it focuses on him being a player, and then
but before we get right to what you're going to give it, let's say one other thing we didn't think about: how it ends. He says, "I'm back." That's what he says to the screen. I'm back. So there you go. So you're right. It was all about him in the end.
I know. Yeah.
He's Paul Newman, baby. He is. That's right.
But again, you mean Paul Newman, right? So he's the star. So I guess I would have liked it. Kind of see him, kind of like.
I agree.
Give him the reins.
That would have been
so.
Better,
I guess that's my big peeve about this.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go a little bit. I'm gonna go like a 6.5. It's definitely not the worst movie I've seen.
One other thing we didn't talk about, which I can't believe we didn't mention. I picked this up from somewhere else. I guess they asked. I don't know if I told you this. I'm not telling Linda. They asked Jackie Gleason to come back. He was still alive. He was going to be in this as Minnesota Fats. I don't know if you read it, but he says he just.
Oh yeah, that's true. 80, yeah.
But he says he said I had already done that other one.
That would
have been
cool.
We know what happened pretty much. That's what he said. So I don't want to do it. So that was it. Yeah. All right. So going to that, I'm going to give it.
You didn't see the point?
I like the cast. The cast was good. I agree totally with you. I didn't think it was a. I didn't think it was a Oscar winner, Paul Newman. I don't know. It was good. But they, once again, we talked about this. They see something.
No, performance, no.
Yeah, Revenant.
I mean, Leonardo DiCaprio won it for that.
It was almost 3 hours long. You ever see it?
What the hell?
It was horrible.
Horrible. Yeah, I only seen it once. He could have won it for. If he could have won it for any of his other fucking the Departed, you name it.
Yes, yeah.
But
no,
you know
that
the Flower Moon? Did you see that movie yet? That long.
Wow.
That one's like almost 4 hours long. I think it's like 3 hours and something.
A real quick thing though, Paul Newman, he died at 83 years old.
Anyways.
He died in Westport, Connecticut. And he went to Yale, and he was in World War II. I didn't even know that. He was in the Navy. So, yeah. And there was a house in Woodbridge that we used to go by that Paul Newman used to own.
Wow.
So, yes. All right. So, I'm going to give it a 7.
Really? Interesting.
I'll give it like a 7.3. I'll give it, yeah.
It's a little more.
That's about it. That's pretty,
Gotcha.
I'll give it a little bit more, like you said.
Because all right, that's pretty.
About the era and stuff. And,
that's respectable.
But, yeah, but besides that, it was a good movie to watch. It was enjoyable. Like I said, I wish you're right. I wish they would have concentrated on Cruise a little bit more in the end.
All right.
Paul Newman.
Yeah.
That's not what they did. So. Yeah.
Yeah. That's Paul Newman for you.
Oh, that's a good one.
Next movie, we have Green Street Hooligans. We're gonna hit that up. That's a great movie. That's definitely a underrated movie. Yeah, I don't think a lot of people have seen it.
That's how I watched it.
But like I said, it's excellent.
Yeah. No, he told me about years ago, or Robert did.
I think
got to see
Green
Street Hooligans. I said, okay, I'll watch it. And I watched it. It was excellent.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I did it in like high school. I had a bunch of my buddies over. We watched it.
Did you really?
I rented it in like Tommy Kane's video, and I was like, "This is an awesome movie."
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
I have it too. Yeah,
right,
it's an awesome movie.
Excellent.
We'll get it. We'll get into that one, but yeah.
No.
All right. Anything else you wanna talk about, or
that's it? Your bets.
All right.
Hopefully you win. I like them, so.
Yeah. We'll see.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. All right. That's the ball game.